Hi, it's Kamon Reynolds with my friend Zach Heinzelman in the northern part of Hawaii. We're checking some bigger hives, a little split over here. And you know, even though we're on an island and it's tropical and everything's really awesome, that doesn't mean that the honeybees still aren't honeybees, and bees die here. Bees still have to, there's still parts of the island that are really dry and they don't have enough food there during certain times of the year. So Zach's gonna kind of run us through what he's seeing in the hive, what might be a problem, what's looking good, what's not.
Okay, so this is one of my standard hives. I think there's 84 here in this yard. One thing that I do real quick, before even looking at the hive, I write on the top of my hive in the corners every time I check them of what is left in there. So this one, it was an OK queen, and it had 4 frames of brood, and it has a 2019 queen in there, blue dot. Right? Blue was 2019.
Yeah. 2019.
So
wait, 2020.
2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Sorry.
It's 2021
I got caught on the
now.
2019 video that you posted.
I'm messing up everybody.
Okay, so now this is just my standard inspection routine. This is what I do pretty much for every hive. I come right from the bottom, or right from the middle. I crack that off, take it to the side, give her a little smoke. I always come down to the number 2 frame, split, break the frame loose, pry one side up, pry the other side up, carefully remove to not roll the queen.
Wow, plenty of stores.
Always stores. So I'm initially looking, there are eggs down in there, so I know there's a queen. So they're backfilling the brood nest. So to justify or to see if there's going to be any urge to swarm, I'm going to crack right to the middle of the brood nest. Separate everything so I don't roll any bees when I pull it out. And check again. And all I'm looking at is how full the frame is. You see they're backfilling here. Open larvae, and then they got a whole bunch of pollen. So, well, this is a good hive to split. Since I am running queens, I split all my hives down very frequently. Pretty much it's a month rotation of checking most of the hives. And so I'll be catching queens next week. Then I'll come back through and split this down to 3 frames again. And I normally wouldn't check the top box, but since the honey flow is starting, we want to see how much fresh comb or fresh wax is being built. Beetle. So we'll go right down to the center. Because you can see I put a foundation in here just to see how strong the flow's coming on the last time, and it's, you know, it's just starting.
Wow.
And that's it. That's I put it back up. I know the queen's good. I know there's room for her. If I wasn't gonna split these the next time I come through, I would throw a box on them to keep giving them room. Because you've seen when I pulled that number 2 frame out, it was cat brood, so there was probably 8 frames of cat brood in there, and that's going to hatch out and make for a big hive. So that is pretty much it.
That hive's going to look very different in 30 days.
Very different.
If it's in there.
It's going to be back down to 3 frames.
That's right.
And then to finish it up, it had an OK queen. It had 8 frames of brood. And it's done. Then we're going to show you a quick, this is a 3-frame nuke that I made up right before Thanksgiving. So again, same thing, checking the hive, except this time, since it's a single, I cracked the bottom And we just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 frames of brood probably. Then we'll check, same thing, the second frame. Gently pull it out. See, she's being a little stubborn. Not rolling any bees. So the number 2 frame is all pollen. And there she is. The really good queens, I mark them and clip them so I can keep track of them a little bit easier. But yeah, you can see she's brooding up on that side. So I'm confident that she's not going to come off that frame there. Then just to verify that that is indeed a 5 frame hive. Just fresh nectar. And they'll be brood on this one.
Oh
nice
yeah,
brood.
Nice brood.
And they're, you know, you see that they're putting nectar in heavily.
So how long before, what would you do with this one? You got another deep box or split it down again? What's your kind of plans?
Because I am going to be splitting again to get my mating nuke count up to roughly 1100, this will get split down. If I wasn't going to split it, I would throw a western, an excluder, and a western on it, just to start making Mackinaw honey, because the Mackinaw honey is really, really good.
And for those of you who don't know, a western is like a medium honey super. There's several names for it. Some people call them Illinois.
And I'm from Illinois, and I still call it a western.
He's from Illinois. He still calls it a western. Like any smart Illinois person, he lives in Hawaii now. I don't know, but anyways, is that it, Zach?
Yep. All I did was verify that it was indeed 5 frames. There's pollen and brood on that one, and there was brood on that one. So that makes it a good, solid 5 frame nuke. Before I put the frame back in, because I can grab queens so easily, so quickly, so safely, I take her off and put her down on the frames that aren't going to get pushed together, so I know that I don't squish her. And then my habit is to not put the lid back on. I just shake the bees in front. And that is done.
Awesome.
And real quick. Okay, queen, 5 frames. And that is done.
That's awesome. And you know, it's just little things like that that you can do to, because I mean, especially the more hives you get, the harder it is to keep track of what had what, especially if it's been a while. So just a little key 3-second note to yourself letting you know what it was last time, because you know, what if they swarm or something happens and you're wondering what did it look like last time? That right there should tell you. So anyways, just some tips from Zach Heinzelman. We appreciate it, Zach. Let's get back to the bee stuff.
Aloha.